Hey YouTube, I'm Jason. This is Grounded Roots Healing. I'm an alchemist and I got a epic download today after talking to a friend of mine, uh, which was pretty amazing. And I haven't had these sorts of downloads in a little while, whereas, I've got 3 pages of notes here in front of me that just spewed out of me in, I'd say, 5 minutes. And I think it's pretty profound. And I'm going to title this video something like The Atlantis Way, or The Atlantis Blueprint, the way we are supposed to do things. So like I said, this idea for this video got triggered by a friend of mine. It wasn't anything in particular that she said, it just the talking to her triggered some, what I would call immediate downloads. I could feel them this time. Usually they just come as a knowing, and this time I had actually crown chakra activations and buzzing and this kind of thing. And after I got off the phone, I had something playing, like I can't remember who it was, but one of the channels I like to listen to, and she had mentioned something about astronauts. So when astronauts go to outer space, they go to zero gravity. So their mind-body complexes, which are designed to live on this planet, are now in an environment that is no longer suitable for their continued survival. It'll continue to degrade. The longer they're out there, the worse it'll get. And in order to combat this, they have to have regular scheduled exercises and resistance training in order to maintain body mass, bone mass. It happens very quickly. Well, it got me thinking about how we live in this society. So what is the difference between an astronaut taking their body to that extreme and going into a zero gravity environment in a completely isolated chamber, and us taking our physical vessels and keeping them completely disconnected from nature? So, as I said, these mind-body complexes, I believe them to be part of the planet. There is no separation between the physical me and the planet Gaia, Mother Earth. We are literal extensions of the planet. There is no separation in the energy, and we are fingertips of her, the physical bodies. I also believe that these are avatars, vessels, for our souls, our higher selves, to inhabit and go along and have these plays on the planet. Well, we've taken these physical vessels that are supposed to be in constant communication with the planet, part of the planet, and we've separated them and put them in these boxes that we like to call houses, where we're no longer breathing the fresh air of the environment. We're no longer interacting with the soil with our bare feet. We're no longer getting the sun on our skin nearly as much. We're no longer moving around and exercising and coming into homeostasis with the environment. So our energetic systems, so I have three pages of notes, like I said here. I'm going to resort to them from time to time here because I like what I wrote here. So there's subtle things in nature that we've disconnected ourselves from. Just think of the irritants like pollen, things in the wild foods that you'd eat in this environment, different biting insects, things like this. They all sound bad, but we are natural beings on this planet. We're supposed to interact with these things, and they will affect our system, and then we build up resourceful immunity to these things. I'm not contesting that mosquito bites are annoying. Trust me. But they do cause an immune response in our body. It's questionable to me whether or not that's a good or a bad thing. I mean, it's obviously a bad thing if you get malaria, but in the environment where I live, that's not the case. And I have noticed that if I go for extended periods of time without getting a mosquito bite, and then I go do things in the environment and get lots of these, I have severe reactions. Whereas when I was a young child, where I was constantly getting bit by these things, I had no reaction whatsoever. So I'm not sure of the causes. And things like drinking from streams, which I did often, and playing in tidal pools, and having the sun on my skin way more often than I do now, and eating wild edibles, foods that have no human input whatsoever. What are the benefits of this? You know, the social systems are designed from the top down to keep us separated, to keep us too busy in order to enjoy ourselves and do these kinds of activities. And why would that be? So I'm going to title this The Atlantis Way, or the how they did it in Atlantis, because this is how they did it. What you're trying to do is align yourself as closely as possible energetically. We aren't designed to work, never rest, never have time to think, and never have time to recover. Never have time to get into those environments that are healthy for us outside of this box, and the box that you drive to in the morning, inside the box that you're driving in, and spend zero amount of time in the outdoors, in the actual environment that your body-mind complex was designed to evolve in. Being bombarded by God knows what energetic device that's around you that wasn't part of the natural environment that your body evolved in. So what is all of this doing to you? This separation that isn't supposed to be separation. So in this work is designed to keep us down. You're never going to heal your body in this environment. When a deer exists in nature, or any wild animal, they don't become obese. They don't become, unless they acquire some sort of disease or something, but a natural animal does not become too skinny, or they naturally reach homeostasis with their environment. They eat as much as they need to eat and no more. When you separate yourself from that energetic system, which your body is part of, you create division. When you create division, you don't see divinity in everything else, number one, but you also don't allow your body enough time to heal itself. So, like an oak is implicit in an acorn, all of the informational material in that acorn is there to create the oak at the very beginning. Your cells are like the acorn. All of the information to heal yourself and the ability to heal yourself is in the cells, your genetic material. But in order for the acorn to grow into a mighty oak, it needs to be planted in the environment that it was designed to be planted in, with the proper nutrition, the proper sunlight, the proper water. If it's choked out by weeds and put in a city environment, on a crack on a street, it may still grow, but it's going to struggle. Well, you can think of yourself exactly like an acorn. You're just not putting your acorn in the right environment to thrive. So you need to take this mind-body complex and connect it back to the source. Once you do this and you provide those nutrients for your body to grow, sunlight, natural environments, time to rest and think and heal a lot of the trauma and issues that we have, it will grow, it will heal. This has been something that a gift that I was given as a piece of knowledge from the day that I awoke. I knew this instinctually as soon as I had my enlightenment period. And I've learned out about why each one of these issues has an effect on us. But the reality is, all you need to do is put your body in the right place and give it the right time to heal. So I've spent the last 2 years learning how to heal the energetic tangles from all the trauma in our lives and the social conditioning that tell us resting and taking time off and not working is lazy. This is social conditioning designed to not let us rest, because if we do this, we go in an environment, we rest, and we don't work, your body will heal itself. If your body starts to heal itself, you start to have solutions to a lot of the problems we have in this world. And if you do that, a lot of people lose a lot of money. So be the acorn and treat it properly. Treat your body like the sapling that it is, that it needs that love and care to grow into that mighty oak tree. So your spiritual and psychic gifts, these gifts are like your body healing itself, are implicit in you. You are a psychic being by nature. All you need to do is give it the space and the time and the environment to thrive. These abilities are implicit in all of us. They're different in each one of us. Maybe certain ones are stronger in you than they are in me, and maybe I have slightly different abilities. It's irregardless, you have them. For sure, you have them. All you need to do is heal yourself. That's it. It sounds easy, right? Go out, be the acorn, done. You're finished. Well, of course, we know that unwinding a lot of the social conditioning that's been built into us takes some time, and it takes a bit of effort. This is what shadow work is. This is what all of these new agey type healing modalities are designed to do. They're designed to unwind all of the soul conditioning, unwind the damage that's been done, and the energy that's stored in this mind-body complex. So magic is a byproduct of health. It's a byproduct of giving your body-mind complex enough grace to heal itself. They will come naturally if you rest, if you heal, if you do the work, if you take the time. It happens, no matter what. So the society that we exist in is designed to suppress these. Very specifically, very insidiously designed to keep us down in this way. To not allow these things to come out. Because if you allow them to come out, like I said, a lot of people lose a lot of money and control. Right? So if you break away from this fear-based society that we live in and stop playing these games and no longer participate to the fear cycle, you heal. You get out in that nature and you enjoy the sun and you don't look at your phone and you don't look at that conditioning that comes in on the outside, which is just energy, you heal. It's a very simple way to do this. A lot of people have known this for a long time. And, it's finally occurred to me. In Atlantis, they had perfected this. They understood what manifestation was. Manifestation and magic are byproducts and consequences of living aligned with what you're supposed to be. And the entire society we live in now is designed to unalign us from that reality, that knowing. So just go back. It's that simple. It doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean it's not a lot of work. But it does mean that it is very simple. The answers to all of our problems are very simple. You just have to try it. I don't know how to get anyone else to try this stuff. I've been trying that for at least a year and a half now. And it doesn't matter how much you scream it from the rooftops. What you need to do is live aligned yourself, and then people will come and ask you. And that's what I'm trying to do. I've reached a point where that is what's happening for me. My physical health is improving. My mental health is vastly improved. And I'm at a level of peace that I can hardly describe to people. It doesn't matter what happens in the outside world anymore. I don't get shaken by it. That only comes with the knowing that none of this is real per se. And there is no separation. So, what I mean by no separation, yes, we're separate from nature as we come into these boxes, these homes, these buildings that we work in, these cars that we drive in. You are isolated, you are separated. You're always separated from it with some sort of man-made physical, what would you say this, barrier, like shoes or tires or glass or these things that separate us from our environment. We built them, and then the society's built around those. Do you see why this would be? So, everything is energy, matter included. It's vibrating strings. I mean, this is string theory dumbed down severely, but vibrating strings oriented in a particular way that has the emergent property of matter. And if you ask a scientist what energy is, good luck explaining what it is. We say energy, but what is it? I'm not talking electricity, I'm talking energy. Energy can be in different forms, but what is it? Energy is consciousness. So if energy is consciousness, and consciousness makes up your soul that's inhabiting these physical vessels, it also makes up the matter that's creating these physical vessels that we inhabit, then consciousness is everything. It's the me looking at you through the eyes into this camera. It's the camera. It's the you looking back at me. It's the dog. It's the evil person down the street that we deem evil. It's everybody, everything, all of it is a fabrication of the energy which is created and generated as a projector from your heart chakra. So there is no one but you or me. We are the same being. This is when you start to realize this, then you start to understand that there is no separation. It's all energy. The physical matter, there's no actual stopping point and starting point. It's all an illusion to create separation so that the being that we are could be fooled into experiencing what separation is like. Because when you go to the other side, there is no separation. So we're here just to experience that. And then you start to realize that none of this is to be taken too seriously, because it's all an energetic creation in the first place. And there is no separation, and then all there is love, because the consciousness that is you is only love in the end. So what is the world made up of? Love. Everything is. Every single thing you can conceive of or are able to touch, feel, smell, and even the stuff you can't. It's all love. And that's what the hippies meant when they said love and light. So in Atlantis, they had this figured out very well. They spent a lot of time what would be considered relaxing and going from a state of flow in a high vibe environment in complete alignment with their natural selves. And they were able to do what we would consider magical things because they understood how to be in full alignment. From there, you can create devices and ways to amplify this energy and even do more amazing things. Amplify the magic, essentially. Healing is implicit. Your body will naturally heal. However, if you are in full alignment and you are being creative, you may be able to create devices that can even amplify that even more and do more amazing healing feats, let's say. So this is the Atlantis way. You know, I've been listening to this song recently by Ray LaMontagne. LaMontage. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. The Mountain. And it's called The Long Way Home. And it's basically a song pining for the summer vacation. And when they were kids and school was out and they were off playing and frolicking in full alignment. And I couldn't figure out why the song was resonating with me so much. And now I realize it was the one time in my childhood that I can remember where I was in full alignment and I had no cares for the past or the future. I was fully present and I was living in alignment with my higher self and I was loving life because of it. And then you go back into the school system and the work system and the societal norms that we have that completely stifle that side of us. So I'm pining to go back to that way of living, that just being in flow state, where creations come like they do when I had this download and I just wrote all this stuff down that, you know, I'm certain could be written into a book if I chose. It is the way we're supposed to exist, and the stuff that we'll be able to do and the healing that we'll be able to happen from that state cannot be understated. This is where the new earth is going, what they call the golden future. This is it. This is how it will work. The more of us that get into this flow state and align and adjust the energy of the entire society, we are all the same being, so it's going to happen. It's already started. The snowball is starting to accumulate. I've gotten on the bandwagon. It's been a year and a half for me, but many other people have been doing this a lot longer. And I will continue to grow and learn and bring other people up to figure this stuff out. And then the snowball gets bigger. And next thing you know, we're all doing this. We're all living this way. We're outside of this fear matrix. And we have the golden future in our fingertips. We have it with even more knowledge than they had in Atlantis, which is mind-boggling. What would we be able to do? So I think I'll leave it there. I think I love you guys all. I think there is no separation, and I think I'm getting pretty excited for where the future's leading us all, and every day I seem to meet someone new who's making their way down this path, and I just can't conceive. I mean, I can. I've had visions of this, but it seems too good to be true, and it seems like the hero arc for the light team is starting, finally starting, and I look forward to meeting you all on the other side of this crazy adventure that we're in. You know, going to see your 5D gardens and 5D creations, and you can come visit me. Welcome to the golden future. It's here. Believe it and live it. Like I always say, I hope this video finds you well. I love you all. I really do. And we'll see you soon.